If you are considering a move to Baton Rouge, know that we've got a lot of great things going for us. But also know we've got some things to improve on. We call those pros and cons. So if you're looking to possibly move this way or you're exploring options and you want to know the pros and cons of living in Baton Rouge, this video is for you. Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in to the channel. Greater Baton Rouge Living has a goal to give value to those who live in Baton Rouge, but also maybe considering a move to Baton Rouge. So if you get any value at all from this video, I'd be honored if you subscribed, if you liked, if you shared, because it helps the channel grow, it helps more people see it, and again, it makes me happy. So without further ado, let's get into the pros and cons of Baton Rouge, starting with the cons. Starting with the first con, which is the education system. The public school system in Baton Rouge is not the strongest, for lack of a better word. This is honestly what slapped me in the face most when I moved here, because where I'm from, public schools were phenomenal. It was honestly considered probably your only option. It was the anomaly to go to private school. So coming here, I remember making the comment one time that, yeah, I'd probably send my kids to public school. And it's almost as if like a record scratch, the whole room stared at me in disgust. And Mike said, no, you don't want to do that. And that's exaggerated, but that's kind of the perception of the public school system here in Baton Rouge. A lot of people do the private school route. So if you're looking to move here and you have kiddos and schooling is an important thing to you, and if you don't have the private school tuition budget, you may want to look what a lot of people do outside of Baton Rouge into the outer parishes, Ascension Parish, Livingston Parish, Central, West Baton Rouge, Zachary. There's a lot of strong school systems around the greater Baton Rouge area, but not necessarily in it. So if that is a factor for you, you may want to look outside the region. The second con I have is traffic. And look, I know wherever you are, you're probably like, yeah, traffic's bad. But doing a quick little Google search, I found one article that said we were the 4th worst city in America. Another said we were the 5th worst city in America, behind cities like Los Angeles, Miami, and New York. So no matter what article is true, we're not exactly in good company. So those were a little older articles. Things may have changed. However, I don't see us jumping up to the top of being some of the best. We are a city that has 2 interstates, I-10 and I-12, and they meet and intersect at a certain point. So there's a lot of bottlenecking, a lot of construction. It's just not a very pretty time to drive during rush hour. On top of that, we have Louisiana State University and other universities in our area. So during school, a lot of those kids commute, right? They're coming from outer cities in the region, and that causes a lot more congestion as well. So if there is a silver lining, know that when school is not in session, traffic's a little easier. But when it is in session, it's not pretty. The third con I have is not fun to talk about, but it's definitely something worth mentioning because Baton Rouge gets a lot of flack for it, and that's our crime rate. Crime has been a problem for years. It's on every politician's agenda to fix or improve because they know that's what Baton Rouge wants to see, an improved crime rate. Baton Rouge ranks high for 2 types of crime, and that is murder and burglary. According to some data I read, Baton Rouge actually has 6 times more murder crimes and 4 times more burglary crimes than the national average. Not good. It sucks. There's no sugarcoating it. And yes, Baton Rouge has a real problem in the crime area. I do want to point out, though, that Baton Rouge is a much wider spread city in terms of landmass than people realize. So yes, these crimes happen in a more common area than others. So obviously this is an important factor. If you're looking to move here, it's important for you to do some research on where those crimes are and maybe, stick to where you're most comfortable in living. All right, now let's get to the pros, right? The good stuff we have going for our city. And the first pro that I have for you is our affordable cost of living. Now, I know some people are seeing this and being like, affordable, what are you talking about? And at the time of this recording, yes, affordability in terms of housing is not the sexiest in our nation, but comparatively speaking, the Baton Rouge area has a much better affordable cost of living than other markets. I have friends that are in Dallas and Portland and obviously California. So places like that, I hear all the time, wow, getting that over here would cost you triple or quadruple. So it's a big thing. So no matter what you think about the home prices here or just cost of living here, it is lower, relatively speaking, than other and most parts of the nation. While Baton Rouge is not the cheapest, our average sales price for a house is around $300,000. And you'd be surprised, in the 300 to 500,000 price range, you can get a lot for your money. You can get some bang for your buck. And that price honestly could get you into what a lot of people would see as a second home or a bigger home, versus other parts of the country that is like bottom barrel, very early entry starting point. So if you're interested in what you can get in those price points, or just any price point in Baton Rouge, there's going to be a link in the description below to our website. You may like Zillow or Realtor.com, but a lot of people do like our website. Feel free to search around on there. No strings attached. You can create an account and you can see what Baton Rouge has to offer and the price points that you may be looking for. The second pro I have for you is food. There's no denying that we've got an incredible food scene, because we simply seem to have something that others around the nation don't. And that's called seasoning. I don't know why nobody else seasons their stuff, but we've got some great restaurants from a wide variety of food. Yes, you may think we have just the fried seafood, which we do have, but we've got things as simple as an amazing burger all the way up to fine dining. We've got some great restaurants that have great atmosphere. I'm a big atmosphere guy, so great vibes, but we always have new restaurants popping up all around the city, and we've got some great hot spots that I know you're going to love. So our food scene is hard to beat. The third pro I have is culture and history. Being that we are the state capital of Louisiana, we've got some history. Some of my favorite neighborhoods are some of the oldest neighborhoods we have: Spanish Town, Beauregard Town, the Garden District. We've got some incredible buildings downtown that have great historical architecture. The people here also are not shy to share about our history and our culture, which may not mean much to you, but when you have a city that's passionate about their culture, it kind of uniforms them in a certain bond, and it brings us together. So culture and history may not be a big deal to you, but I promise you it's something that unites the city, and it's a really cool thing to have. The last pro I have for you may not be a pro for you, but it is for me. And that is, being that we are in a college town and we have a Louisiana State University, college sports is incredible. Not only on the entertainment aspect of things, but also economically. It brings a lot of money into the city, provides a lot of job opportunities to the city, and it has a much bigger impact than I think people realize on us economically. I graduated from LSU, so whether you went there or not, it's hard not to get caught up in the passion that is college football, college basketball, college baseball, and it helps that we're really good. But it is really cool to see something on a national level and feel a part of something that you can root for and see go a long way. I say it may be a con for some people because, again, if you don't like sports, it may not be your thing. And if you don't like the colors purple and gold, you're probably going to get sick of it because it is everywhere in the city. But nonetheless, I see LSU and college sports as a pro to living in Baton Rouge. So there you have it, some pros and cons of living in Baton Rouge. Are there some more pros? For sure. Are there some more cons? You betcha. But I wanted to give you a few for each for this video. I'm sure I'll make some future videos with some more pros and cons, but hopefully this gave you some helpful insight on your decision-making on if you're going to relocate here, or some hot tips on what you can do when you do relocate here. But if you need any help or have any questions at all, I'd love to be a resource for you. If you got any value at all from this video, I love if you subscribe, if you like, if you shared, it would help the channel grow. And hey, that's it for this video. We'll see you next time.